the BBC's Will Ross. Mexico has extradited drug lord Rafael Caro Quintero, who is behind the killing of a U.S. DEA agent in 1985, to the United States, with 28 prisoners requested by the U.S. News and analysis at townhall.com. I'm Keith Peters.
Beautiful night tonight. Couple of mornings going to be really chilly out there, followed by a beautiful afternoon Saturday and Sunday. The weak front's pushing through, dropping those temperatures tonight to low 40s north, 50s south. Looks like 40s and 50s each morning, Saturday, Sunday as well. Sunny days each day. Widely scattered showers or a thunderstorm Monday and Tuesday, becoming more likely Tuesday night. The warm high under windy conditions Mardi Gras Day into the upper 70s. Ralph Sanji, WGSO. Step back in time to the Gulf Coast Renaissance Fair and Pirates Festival. It's family-friendly fun for all ages. Experience the magic of the Renaissance with jousting nights, fair maidens, and artisan crafts. March 1st and 2nd at Five Flags Speedway, Pensacola. Get more details and tickets now at gcrf.us. That's gcrf.us.
The views expressed on Only Good Vibes News Network are solely those of its hosts and guests. They in no way reflect the views of WGSO AM 990.
Good people,
good music,
good food,
good arts,
good energy,
good information,
good medicine,
good time,
good vibes,
good news.
Welcome to New Orleans' Only Good Vibes News Network.
When it's dark, look on the bright side. When it rains, wait on the sunshine. Everybody likes getting them good vibes, 'cause everybody's got a heart on the inside. We can take all the hard lessons, that little loving, and turn them into blessings. Don't complicate it, keep it simple, just work hard. Be nice to
you're right.
What's up, guys? Hello out there in Radio Land.
It is Thursday at 4 o'clock. That means it is time for the Only Good Vibes News Network.
And you know that's brought to you by NOLA Motorsports Park
on the West Bank.
You should get on over there, and you can go over there. It's at 11075 Nicole Boulevard.
I'll tell you what,
racing.
If somebody in your family's having a birthday party or something, you can rent a track over there and get some food and stuff. And it is just a really, really cool place to have an event like that.
It is. And the axe throwing stuff, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, they have this whole arcade. They've got hands-on games like axe throwing, and then brand new, they just come up with it, and I want to go over there and try it out. They've got a miniature golf course, and it's not just like putt-putt golf. It's a miniature putter golf course, so you actually have to sort of get it over to the green a little bit too. Like, it's a little more complex than just like dashing it through the window.
So I called to try and see if I can get us some reservations over there.
Yeah,
and
what is the deal?
We definitely can.
Oh, cool.
It's just it should be ready soon for us to come and walk through it. Some
awesome.
things are there, but they're just not 100% to where they want to release.
Well, when we're ready to do the walkthrough, people should follow us on social media at Only Good Vibes News Network, because we're going to do a live walkthrough when we get over there. So if they're following us already, it's easy to watch.
Yes, because we won't be going live on Only Good Vibes News Network. So you can listen to us two ways. You can listen to us at WGSO 990 AM, like you're listening to right now, and stream us all over. Or you can call in and talk to us live at 504-556-9696, or you can check us out on the interweb. Look at us on YouTube. Our channel is Only Good Vibes News Network.
The Only Good Vibes.
And before we get started all the time, Jamie and I always like to start the vibe off properly with Zen cards and Palo Santos. And I would have these cards already pulled, and I'll burn some Palo Santos.
All right.
And the left card in my hand says success. Patty. We got Patty today. Patty's our lovely, lovely, lovely person that's helping us make sure that we sound right, look right, and go in and out of breaks on time, right?
Yeah.
Patty's lovely.
Squared up over here. Thank you, Patty.
Thank you. So today's card is success. Success is not found in what you have attained, but rather in who you have become.
All right.
Yeah, I have to think about that sometimes, because with highly motivated people, we strive. Just man, I got more stuff.
Whistle, I want to congratulate you on your success based on that card, because you're in your second season hosting a radio show, and you had never done this before, and being a radio host is who you have become. So congratulations.
Hey, and look, I want to congratulate you because your time is the most important thing in the universe, and you believed in me and chose to do this. And we've been fortunate and blessed to have people like Patty and Ron, and also BJ and
Yeah,
Chris Barry.
Everyone's
Yeah.
helped us along the way, made this real easy for us.
It really did.
So what you got on the other scene?
Segue into community.
Bingo. I love
It's
it when a plan
community.
comes together.
Yeah, right. And so the community card says, understand that you will be like those whom you surround yourself with. Your environment is stronger than you are. So, see, there you go.
There you
We
go.
have become radio personalities, Patty, because you guys, we surrounded ourselves with you guys, and we are turning into the community that we are. And so today, we are going to have a very good guest that we're very excited
Yeah, we've got
about.
Jeff Duncan on the show today. Wow, what a legend! I you know what I really love is that here in the second season we've been interviewing a lot of people who have been journalists for years and who I respect so much. We had Ian McNulty last week. You can go on the WGSO website and listen to that if you didn't hear it last week. And then we have Jeff Duncan this week, New Orleans sports writer, Pulitzer Prize winner. Just so many accolades for this guy, and we're honored to have him with us today in the second segment.
We are truly blessed, Jay. We really are. And so, you know, one of the things that we do here often is a couple of like repetitive things. Like we try and get the crew to that listens to us to know certain things. Like we have these big 6 things that I like to talk about that we do that we expect you guys to take from the show. The first 3 is have humility, empathy, and compassion for yourself. Because if you do that, then you're able to give it to someone else. But
That's
you can't
right.
give it to someone else if you don't have it for yourself.
You can't give somebody something.
And
you
the
don't
last
have.
3 is always help people, because if you help people, it's going to end up being an inside job. You're going to start loving it just as much as they love having you help them. And then the second one is going to be always try to be better, because
Always
we're
try
not
to be better.
perfect. You know, I don't know anybody perfect, but if you're perfect, I've met him. Have you ever met anybody perfect, Patty? Have you, Jamie?
I have never met anybody perfect. Not
So
in-
with that in mind, we need to understand that we are going to make a mistake. We may not get into commercial break on time, Patty. We may show up a little late. Something. We may not send that email to some things at work. Whatever it is, we're not perfect. So you can tear that page and start over the next day, so the stress leaves. And the last one is the most important one for me. I love to say it. It's leave the world better than you found it. Now, how do you do that? You can do it in many ways. Obviously, the common ones are food, air, water. But what I'm thinking about is having an interaction with a complete stranger, whether you're at the post office, at the restaurant, at a bar, at a gas station, whatever. Have a great time with them, like just talking back and forth about the weather, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be anything so important. And then you leave feeling good about yourself, feeling good about them. And then you go and do that, both of you guys, 3 or 4 more fulls. Like,
you can just spread the love.
isn't that making the world better than
Yeah,
you found it?
I
Leaving it better?
absolutely agree.
You know, and one of those things is that it doesn't cost money. Like, you don't have to be rich. You don't have to be, it just could be a normal, nice person.
That's
So,
right.
Jamie, with that in mind, I have a couple of things I want to ask you.
Oh yeah, you got a little
You
interview
got
for
this
me today.
you got this nice jacket on.
Yeah, I'm getting ready. I'm going to a little Muses party after this. I got to go right there from the station, so I had to dress for success.
And you know, I really like to get into this in the beginning. So I always say it's carnival season,
That's right.
and then when Lundi Gras comes, it's Lundi Gras, and then it's actually Mardi Gras on Fat Tuesday.
Right.
Now, it's not a pet peeve of mine or anything, but it's just like I'd like to just help people understand that we are celebrating the carnival season. That's
yeah.
what we're doing. We're building up to Mardi Gras, right?
That's right,
And
yeah.
so during the carnival
Mardi
season,
Gras is the culmination of events.
so tonight, first, let me ask you a question, Patty. What is your favorite parade?
My favorite parade
To
is-
watch.
To watch is Orpheus.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
oh yeah.
They always
Harry.
have the beautiful.
I'm like a
big
little kid. I
floats.
wait for that Leviathan float
Yeah, you
And
want
that's
one
just
of those
with the
stuffed
smoke
animals. Yeah.
coming out of
Yes.
his nose. That's fabulous.
They came right up and gave Endymion a lot of interests, like are competing, you know, because whenever people compete, they bring out the best in each other. So I think those two parades really do bring the best out of each other on those levels. So that's one of the things that's really great about the carnival season, right? Like you got your favorite parades. There's all sorts of parades.
I heard them last hour. They were talking about their favorite king cake.
Yes, we're gonna get into that with Jeff. We're gonna find out with all these accolades. What does he? We definitely want to go to get his opinion on that. And
so we got Jeff coming right up right after the commercial break.
Right after the commercial break, Mrs. Jeff.
I guess we got to pay some
Duncan.
bills here. And then,
Yes, we do.
hey, remember, if you're out there in the world for this carnival season, you see someone without a smile,
give them yours.
Easy enough.
We'll be back, guys. Who dat? Are you looking for a unique New Orleans experience?
Check out New Orleans artist Friendship.
Featuring original artworks, prints, and more. See it all at www.FrenchieLive.com.
Live event bookings are available. The gallery is booking.
And for private showings or parties, email info@FrenchieLive.com.
Experience the art. Experience the art at Friendship. www.FrenchieLive.com.
Hey, do you ever wonder who really listens to talk radio? Or even, who is this new Lisa and why are we going live with her? And what does it mean to be unscripted? Hey guys, my name is Lisa Leonardi and I am the new talk show host of Live with Lisa Unscripted. My show is about living our unique NOLA life with a touch of inappropriateness and a ton of side-splitting laughs to get you home every Monday at 4 p.m. here on WGSO 990 AM.
Hey, Nene, we love Wednesdays, but we're moving to a new time.
Listen to He Said, She Said, Wednesdays at 6 p.m.
Right here on WGSO.
Hey, New Orleans, the wait is over. That who dat who wouldn't quit? Well, it's me, the King Dude, Mike Church, back on the radio airwaves that you know and love after 27 years of being away. I've only been back for a few weeks, but I've already spent more time in New Orleans than Mayor LaToya Barcelona. Or is that Mayor she's full of? Bologna. Whatever. And remember that your mama was pro-life, Gatlin, back when men were men and women didn't pretend to be men who run for Congress. Join me weekday mornings at 6. Well, what have you got to lose that the Democrat Party hasn't already tried to steal?
Get up early on Saturdays and talk LSU athletics with us. Tiger Rag Radio every Saturday morning, 5 to 7 on WGSO, the community voice of the Crescent
Jeff
City.
Jamie Gwen here. Tune in for delicious conversation and let me feed your soul every Sunday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. right here on WGSO 990 AM, the community voice of the Crescent City.
Tired of placing multiple calls to multiple vendors and getting the runaround? Turn to one resource who can get it done. Sir Speedy. We provide a wide spectrum of print, signs, and marketing services, all backed by more than 5 decades of experience. So when you need that new brochure, direct marketing campaign, or signage to promote your brand, give us a call at 504-586-9812 or visit us online at SirSpeedyNewOrleans.com. Everything you need, one resource, Sir Speedy.
Hurricanes and major flooding threaten cities, towns, and rural homes across the Gulf states. So chances are there will be more storms and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. If they know what to do, ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
What's up, my people? This is Derek Smoker Freeman. You're listening to the Only Good Vibes News Network with Jamie and Whistle right here on AM 990 in New Orleans.
Perfect.
All right, we got to get back in the good vibe.
With toots and the Mitalls. You like
Yeah, you're
toots? He's a good dude, man. I never met him personally, but I loved his music, and I was bummed out that he passed away because we were going to go and see him that next year when he came here to New Orleans to the Jazz Fest, and he didn't make it.
Jeff, welcome to the show. Thanks for coming.
Welcome, Jeff.
Thank you very much for having me. I'm very excited. Driving down here today, I was thinking, it's Mardi Gras. Muses Thursday.
Yeah.
And the weather's beautiful. I thought, what a perfect time to do Good Vibes, right? Because I felt it.
It is. I mean, we all, like when we sent you the thing, we pick people who we feel like have great vibes and have a lot to offer.
And have already given a lot to the city, really. I mean, you stewarded us through the whole Super Bowl championship and released some wonderful books about the whole thing. Thanks for being a part of this experience and a leader in a way. Telling the world about the joy we're experiencing down here.
Well, thank you. It's part of, I guess, the job I'm in, right? To kind of do that. I'm just really performing my duty in the role I'm in, but I do take it very seriously, the responsibility that people had before me, my mentors like Peter Finney and Bob Ressler and Dave Lagarde taught me the importance of the role I'm in, and I try to do it the right way with the right thought process and mindset in this great city that we're in. I feel extremely fortunate to have the job I have and the role I have.
Well, we feel fortunate to have you on the show. It is 4:20 p.m. and you are listening to 990 AM WGSO.
And we are brought to you by NOLA Motorsports Park on the West Bank in Avondale. You can head over there. And Jeff, do you have a race car?
I do not.
Okay.
I mean, unless you count my Lexus that I drive around uptown.
Have you ever covered the racing over there at the NOLA Motorsports?
I have not. And I've covered the Daytona 500 early in my career.
Wow.
Which was cool.
See, we're getting good stuff already. We didn't even dig that far, and Jeff's already like, hold up. Woo. Like, that's something that we can talk about.
Did you hear about Whistle's adventure at the races?
No.
He went with one of our guests last season to the races. That our friend Frenchie painted the races.
Of course.
Tell him about that.
So we are fortunate enough to know some folks at Fox, and we went to go to Talladega. Like, I never realized that NASCAR was a bucket list of mine until I got there. Now, keep in mind, I had some passes, and we were in the pits, and it was an amazing experience. I could sit here and try and explain it, but it's not going to really be like half as good as it is, because this is so overwhelming and just like mind-boggling how the track's tilted. And you're on a higher level with the Daytona 500 opposed to just Talladega. I'm not saying they're apples to apples, but the speed, the crowds, the people, the vibe, the energy is just lit.
Yeah,
it really is.
I think it's one of those things you have to go to. It doesn't translate. Motor racing sometimes doesn't translate that well to television.
Yeah,
but
it's just a lot of left turns at some point.
Yeah, right? When you go to the event, like you said, it blew me away. I'd never experienced a NASCAR race before, and then you see the crowd, the energy, the passion of the fan base there. I mean, there was 100,000 people at Daytona. Think about how many things you've been to in your life where there's 100,000. Very few things.
I mean, even the Super Bowl is max out about 77,000 usually, right?
Well, it's a little bit more than 78, but yeah, right. It's around that.
Well, and if you haven't been, so my hometown, Louisville, Kentucky, I encourage everyone to try to go to the Kentucky Derby.
Right.
There's 160,000 people there. It's an insane event. New Orleanians love the Derby because it's a 2-minute horse race to give you an excuse to have 2 weeks of partying.
Wow.
Right.
But it's an incredible experience as well. Very similar in a way to a big NASCAR race.
So when you first went there, it was like your first experience there just to write, to do a report on it?
No, that was when I was growing up in high school and college. I mean, the Derby is our Mardi Gras.
Oh,
everyone
okay.
comes into town. It's a melting pot of, you think about it, there's billionaires that are flying in on private jets that own, oil countries. And then there's college kids and flip-flops. There are celebrities. There's like every kind of human being at the Kentucky Derby in one spot. It's a people watching mecca. It's a lot like Jazz Fest, if you will.
Sure.
So speaking of like a Super Bowl, that's kind of like a Super Bowl there, right? But you were in the Super Bowl. You went to the cover the Super Bowl here. How many of them did you cover here?
Well, I've covered 3 here, and I think 16 I counted up overall.
Wow.
So I've been to a lot of Super Bowls, but we do it better than anyone. I think we all know that. We take great pride in it, and there's nothing like a New Orleans Super Bowl. And I thought the one we just experienced was the best one we've ever had.
Yes, I literally, I was so proud, Jeff. I mean, I never felt like so excited about the city on a whole in a long time. I mean, like from just like how quickly we got the city together, how everybody came together. I think there may have been like one crime, like a stabbing or something like that. And I'm not talking down on that, but you know, here in New Orleans, it's, you know, we almost gotta collectively holding our breath to get through it, you know. And the snow came right before that, right after they had the tragedy. So it seems like it cleansed it. This is my wife's thinking. She said it felt like the snow cleansed our psyche, like our minds, our spirits, and
reset us a little.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden to clear us up for the Super Bowl, for Jazz Fest, and for Mardi Gras, right? And if there's any indication of what the other two are going to be, the Super Bowl was just unbelievable.
I thought, I don't know if you all would agree with me, but I felt like it was like New Orleans at its best. Like we were
really was, yeah.
The city
New Orleans really showed up.
Yeah, everything about it, right? The beauty of the architecture, the way it was lit up, our milestone buildings, the Superdome, the St. Louis Cathedral were displayed in spectacular fashion. I have to give credit. I know a lot of people want to bang on the NFL because the NOLA no call. We all know that's
old news, but yeah.
I thought the NFL did a great job of leaning into New Orleans culture.
I think so too.
And celebrating New Orleans. I know they got wrapped for having Kendrick at halftime and still Lil Wayne, and rightfully probably so, but otherwise they celebrated our city and our culture in ways they don't do in other cities. I've covered a lot of Super Bowls. They don't celebrate Phoenix
right
like they do.
I love the way they had this set right on Bourbon Street. I thought I'd never seen anything like that. I thought
2 blocks. We painted it. Frenchie and I painted it with the same guys that we went to Talladega with. They put purple carpet, 2 blocks worth of purple carpet on Bourbon Street. It was amazing. And they had Tom Brady. I mean, look, I was the week was just so wild. I talked to Bill Belichick. I got a chance to tell him.
Cool, right?
Yeah, but Brady spun the ball from one balcony to the other balcony. And what I told Belichick was like, look, you know, I'm not a hater. I love greatness. I said, you and Tom, I love both of y'all. But what I did love was when you guys came here and we beat you guys. I just want to let you know. And he just like kind of gave me the Belichick look, like,
yeah, that look, that smile, crinkled smile.
And I had a friend of mine who is a punter. I'm not going to say his name. He goes, we didn't just beat them. We beat their beep. And I was like, hey, all right, you know. But we really did. It was a very forceful win. Let's just say
a beat down, I think is the word.
Yeah, I think that's the right word right there.
You know, the other thing, you probably know this, but I mean, Belichick has a connection to New Orleans with Steve Rehaj.
Yeah.
I mean, Steve played under him with the Giants.
Rehaj, I call him Ree, but Ree was walking him past our table. I was there with Ivan. But you know, honestly, it was just really, really good times in New Orleans, and that vibe, that energy. And that means that we got to pay some bills. But when we come back, we're going to get into some.
Yeah, I want to hear more about your Super Bowl experience.
Yes, that's what it is. And what you thought about the Super Bowl, Saints winning a Super Bowl in general.
Stick around, folks. We'll be right back with more Only Good Vibes News Network.
Who dat?
Calm down. Give me love for the life of me. Yeah. I know you gotta see to believe that I'm a changed man. I look up and do my rain dance. Give me love for the life of me. Yeah. We know that I was not.
Hey, Jay, you hungry? Like really hungry?
Yeah, I'm in the mood for oysters. Hey, let's check out Trinas.
Oysters? I love oysters.
Trinas features a wide variety of local oysters. Charred, grilled, baked, and on the half shell, even the famous oyster log.
Oyster log? I heard about that. You get 6 each of their signature baked oysters, plus 6 fried, all on a Cypress slab?
42 oysters. We are going to love it. Trinas is located in the Hotel Intercontinental, 444 St. Charles Avenue, right on the parade route.
Sweet. When can we go?
7 days a week for lunch and dinner, plus a mimosa brunch on weekends and happy hour daily from 3 to 6.
Happy hour? Nah, you're talking my language.
Great drinks, great wine list. Award-winning chef Matthew Farmer leads a team serving the best seafood in New Orleans.
Trenas, got it. Let's go.
Hey folks, it's Jeff Cruier. I've been with WGSO for 17 years as host and now president and general manager. WGSO is a community-based radio station, a nonprofit, locally operated. We believe in cultivating local talent and emphasizing local programs. If you have an interest in hosting your own program, then we have some prime spots available for you. Take advantage of this great offer. Email me at jeff@wgso.com or call me at 504-669-6076. Come fulfill your radio dreams at WGSO.
I'm Ference Toth, host of the Your Personal Bank Show. I use common sense as an entrepreneur, financial literacy educator, and speaker to understand how current events affect our money, economy, and our freedom. Grow your money safely, reduce taxes, increase returns, and create positive arbitrage with Your Personal Bank. Tune in to the Your Personal Bank Show, Saturdays at 11 a.m. or contact Ference at yourpersonalbank.com. The Your Personal Bank Show, Saturdays at 11 a.m. on WGSO 990 AM, New Orleans.
Real Talk with Revolution is back. This is Effie, and I've brought along some new friends.
Nikki D here. We'll be talking real estate, real life, and everything in between.
Please join us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right here on WGSO 990 AM and streaming live at WGSO.com.
Louisiana Radio Network, I'm Colleen Crane. A huge pot bust in Rapides Parish. Tommy Carnline with the Rapides Parish Sheriff's Office says the Rapides Area Drug Enforcement Unit executed 4 search warrants.
They found approximately 170 pounds of very high-grade genetically modified marijuana, approximately $40,000 in cash, firearms, and body armor.
6 people were arrested, 4 have bonded out, 1 is still behind bars, and 1 has been turned over to ICE for deportation. The regular legislative session gets underway in April, and lawmakers will be considering Governor Landry's budget proposal for the next fiscal year. Commissioner of Administration Taylor Barra says the budget proposal could change by then, but for now it looks a lot like this current fiscal year budget.
The difference between the two budgets is like 0.69%. It's less than 1% between last year's budget and this year's budget. So it is as standstill as we could get it legally.
LRN.
No more mold, no more damage, no more outdated old bathroom, no more slipping and hurting, no more stress. Make your ordinary bathroom extraordinary for only $99 per month. New shower, new door, new tub, new wall, new anti-slip technology. Be stress-free. Call 800-770-5322. BCI Bath and Shower is made in America for the highest quality. Ask about our military and senior discounts. Your dream bathroom in as little as 1 day. First 50 callers save $1,500 on a never clear glass treated door. Call now for free premium color upgrades. 800-770-5322. Call BCI Bath and Shower, the leader in bathroom remodeling. Be smart, safe, and stay a step ahead of inflation with our interest-free financing options. Call 800-770-5322. Love your bathroom with free upgrades. Call 800-770-5322. That's 800-770-5322.
Are you tired of the same old weekend routine? Looking for something new and exciting?
Then get ready to rev your engines at Throttle and Swing, the ultimate entertainment destination at NOLA Motorsports Park.
That's right. We're talking an 80 configuration go-kart track that'll have you feeling like a pro racer.
But that's not all. We've also got a brand new 18-hole mini golf course and a state-of-the-art arcade.
Delicious craft pizza kitchen and a full bar. Think unique cocktails, gourmet coffee, and the perfect place to refuel after all the fun.
Plus, relax in our outdoor lawn area with the playground, live music stage, a huge television for watch parties, and free Wi-Fi too. It's perfect for work or play.
And if you're planning a party, Throttle and Swing can handle it. Any size gathering, we got you covered.
So, what are you waiting for? Head over to NOLA Motorsports Park on the West Bank and experience the unparalleled excitement of Throttle and Swing.
Throttle and Swing at NOLA Motorsports Park. Get your adrenaline pumping.
Are you looking for a unique New Orleans experience?
Check out New Orleans artist Frenchie at FrenchieLive.com.
Featuring original artworks, prints, and more. See it all at www.frenchielive.com.
Live event bookings are available. The gallery is open by appointment only.
And for private showings or parties, email info@frenchielive.com.
Experience the art and experience the artist at Frenchie Gallery. www.FrenchieLive.com.
Hey Jay, you hungry? Like really hungry?
Yeah, I'm in the mood for oysters. Hey, let's check out Trinas.
Oysters? I love oysters.
Trinas features a wide variety of local oysters, charred, grilled, baked, and on the half shell, even the famous oyster log.
Oyster log? I heard about that. You get 6 each of their signature baked oysters, plus 6 fried, all on a cypress slab?
42 oysters. We are going to love it. Trinas is located in the Hotel Intercontinental, 444 St. Charles Avenue, right on the parade route.
Sweet. When can we go?
7 days a week for lunch and dinner, plus a mimosa brunch on weekends and happy hour daily from 3 to 6.
Happy hour? Nah, you're talking my language.
Great drinks, great wine list. Award-winning chef Matthew Farmer leads a team serving the best seafood in New Orleans. Trinas.
Trinas. Got it. Let's go.
This hour of programming is brought to you in part by me, Mr. Everything. Don't settle for anything. Ask for everything. Who dat?
Mr. Everything. We'll tell Mr. Everything is actually the current king of the Crew of Oak, the mighty Crew of Oak, small but mighty Crew of Oak. And we will be rolling through the streets of New Orleans tomorrow and today.
That's right.
At this time, right about this time is going to be, it's about 24 hours. Well, he's not going to be the king anymore. So
That's
it's
right.
going to be a demigod.
You know, if you don't have any plans for tomorrow night, you can come be a part of the Crew of Oak festivities right up there on Oak Street. Just meet in front of the Maple Leaf Bar at 7 p.m. You can roll through the street with a genuine neighborhood Mardi Gras parade.
Yes. And you know, you wouldn't be able to hear us if it wasn't for our lovely, lovely sponsor,
NOLA Motorsports Park
on the West Bank. And look, if you want to give us a call, go ahead and call 504-556-9696. And if you want to go over to NOLA Motorsports Park, the address is 11075 Nicole Boulevard. Go get on those go karts.
We are blessed to be live in the studio with none other than Saints writer Jeff Duncan today. Jeff, thank you so much for agreeing to join us. It's been a great talking with you. We were talking the first part of the hour about your experience with the Super Bowl, and you were saying how New Orleans really showed up, and I couldn't agree more. Is there a particular event that you really touched you about the Super Bowl? Was there something New Orleans did you were like, well, now that's the one, that's it right there?
You know what? I think it's more about communing with friends and colleagues. For me, it's a chance to kind of entertain all of my colleagues from across the country in my backyard. So my best experiences were taking my friends out to dinner and showing them how we enjoy New Orleans culture and spirit. And they all love the city. So I had a standing table. Y'all laugh at this. I had a standing table. My favorite restaurant in town is Clancy's.
Yes.
I live a block away from
Brian
Clancy's.
Larson, my man.
Brian
Yes.
and Mary, yes. And their
sweet.
great daughter, Sarah. But I live a block away. So for me, it's perfect, right? I can
Yeah.
walk home. So I just decided, guys, I'm going to have everyone come to me instead of me going to them.
And that is a quintessential like New Orleans gym, because there's some real New Orleans that don't really like, oh, I heard about that place. I've never been there. But
yeah, it was great. Everybody had a blast. And if you know Clancy's, the thing that's special about it is it's kind of a white tablecloth restaurant doesn't feel like a white tablecloth. It feels like a neighborhood joint or even a sports bar to some degree, but it's classy.
Gar.
Guys are all, the waiters are all dressed up. But for me, it's my Cheers. I love the staff there. I love everything about it. And it's one of the reasons I love New Orleans is places like that. Everyone has their own Clancy's, right?
Yeah.
Their own experience, but it's the conviviality. That word hits home for me. You walk in, you feel at home there, And there's so many places like that in our city. We're really blessed to have places like that.
And that's one of the things I was telling people. And on that same note is that we know how to have a good time. Like that, we are specialists on. We like on all levels, whether just sitting in someone's backyard barbecuing our crawfish boil or whatever it is. We have top-notch mingling stuff. That's why with COVID, we were kind of like, what do we do? You mean we can't talk? Like we were kind of out of sorts. But when you're talking about bringing folks here, everybody wants to eat. I want to see the music. They want to see. And speaking of eating, Jeff, I got a quick question for you. I'm gonna run these by for you real quick.
Bring it on.
Here.
He's got some standard responses.
Standard questions. And your mate and your good friend and coworker, Mr. Ian McNulty, he was with us last week on show 3, and we asked him some of these questions. But I'm going to ask you this one. So, what's your favorite food? I know that's very hard, but what's your favorite food and what's your favorite drink in New Orleans if you had to go to it?
Wow. Now, I'm not going to be able to match Ian for this. I mean, Ian is the best food writer in the city. Probably.
Well, he wouldn't let Ian actually pick that.
Yeah, it's just like. So we had Stan on from Tronas, who's also another one of our sponsors. He said his was chicken from Coops. Wow. I never had chicken from Coops. I'm a 6th generation Orleanian. I still have to go check that out. So it could be anything, really.
Yeah. Well, look, I would say coming down here from where I moved from Nashville, but I'm born and raised in Louisville. Like I said, I didn't know the beauty of oysters. I'm a huge oyster fan. And solid. So one of my good friends in the city was Ian's predecessor at the Picayune, Brett Anderson, who now still lives in town, writes for the New York Times, covers the food and dining scene for the New York Times. Brett, when I started at the Times-Picayune, almost the same time, so we became really good friends. He had, of course, the reviewings. He reviewed every restaurant in town, and I got to accompany him on every restaurant visit, so many reviews. I've been to everywhere in town multiple times, thankfully, on the Picayune's dime, now on the New York Times dime a lot. But Brett just recently did a story for the Times for Super Bowl week on how we've taken oysters and we serve them all these different ways. All the restaurants have been creative. And that's what's amazing, right? Is the creativity comes out in the food. It's not just char-grilled oysters now or raw oysters. There's all these different dishes.
Actually, the restaurant you brought up earlier, Clancy's, I love their oysters with brie, which
yes.
you wouldn't think that would be great.
Decadent.
It's just so good.
I almost get 4 for myself and some more for the other ones because that mixture, man, that could be like one of the most single bites of good food that you can have in the city.
It's one of the most unique single bites for sure.
Well, that might be one of my favorite dishes. So if we're going to go with that, look, I eat a lot at La Boulangerie in the morning on Magazine.
I like it. Love Donald's.
Yeah, Donald's take on like a French patisserie, and they have an incredible sandwich there called La Parisienne that is basically just a great French ham sandwich, and it's unbelievable. So I would throw that in there as well. It's not something you'd think of, but I love it, and the way he makes it's incredible.
So Mardi Gras or Jazz Fest?
Oh, you would put me on the spot on that. I would say I've grown to love Mardi Gras more than jazz. And I started out as a Jazz Fest guy, but I've come to love Mardi Gras, and I think I love it because of the family nature of it, the fact that it's a way for us all to commune and celebrate. And you mentioned something earlier. We know how to have a good time. I think that I've used this before a lot in my writing. It's a French phrase, joie de vivre, right?
Yeah.
Joy of life.
Yes.
That's what we have here.
Yeah.
And people say, I don't know what it is about New Orleans. It's something special. That's what it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are always getting groundbreaking news. And that's for me. I mean, that's it, Jeff. You hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, and that's what we have.
These questions away. That's a winner, right there.
That's what makes it special. I'll tell you a quick story if I have time.
Oh, you do.
So when I moved here early in my career at the Times-Picayune, I was on the treadmill, running the rat race because I'd come from other markets where we lived in the fast lane, right? And I remember coming into the Picayune one day during Jazz Fest, and the newsroom was completely empty. And I was like, what is going on? How are we going to put a paper out? I was incredulous. And Bob Marshall was sitting over in the corner our esteemed outdoors writer who's won Pulitzers. He's a New Orleanian, and I remember he dressed me down. He kind of took me to task. He said, you're a little arrogant. Maybe you ought to think about the fact that our culture has been influenced by European culture, and that society, that culture is centuries older than ours. He said, maybe we've got it figured out, and not you outsiders coming down here trying to tell.
He hit you hard right there. Yeah.
But he was right.
He
He was right. We
yeah.
know how to live. In other words, he was saying, we'll get the paper out. It'll be a great paper, and we're still going to enjoy Jazz Fest at the same time. We know how to do both. But I was early in my New Orleans experience, and I've learned exactly that's what makes this place special.
Now you write your features the week before, right?
This is going to be the last one before we have to go to break. But what's your favorite parade? Since Mardi Gras is it, I don't want to put you on the spot, but what is your favorite parade to watch?
That's easy, Coup d'etat, because I like
that's my favorite.
The satire, the political satire. I love the creativity. This is another one, New Orleans experience. I mean, those parades, when you're coming in from the outside, you think, oh, it's just crazy, drunken frat boys, getting crazy on Bourbon Street. And then you learn how much different and the different ways to experience Mardi Gras.
Oh, so many different ways.
So you are hearing some groundbreaking news, and I hope you got your pens and papers out.
Joy
You're
to
listening to Only Good Vibes News Network, and we have our illustrious guest, Mr. Jeff Duncan here, and he is cracking all kind of great news to us that I'm taking some notes because I'm going to go check out some of the things that he said, but we'll be right back.
Oh, funky Kingston. Yeah. Oh, yeah, baby.
Are you tired of the same old weekend routine? Looking for something new and exciting?
Then get ready to rev your engines at Throttle and Swing, the ultimate entertainment destination at NOLA Motorsports Park.
That's right. We're talking an 80 configuration go-kart track that'll have you feeling like a pro racer.
But that's not all. We've also got a brand new 18-hole mini golf course and a state-of-the-art arcade.
Delicious craft pizza kitchen and a full bar. Think unique cocktails, gourmet coffee, and a perfect place to refuel after all the fun.
Plus, relax in our outdoor lawn area with the playground, live music stage, a huge television for watch parties, and free Wi-Fi too. It's perfect for work or play.
And if you're planning a party, Throttle and Swing can handle it. Any size gathering, we got you covered.
So, what are you waiting for? Head over to NOLA Motorsports Park on the West Bank and experience the unparalleled excitement of Throttle and Swing.
Throttle and Swing at NOLA Motorsports Park. Get your adrenaline pumping.
Hey, Jay, you hungry? Like really hungry?
Yeah, I'm in the mood for oysters. Hey, let's check out Trenas.
Oysters? I love oysters.
Trenas features a wide variety of local oysters. Char, grilled, baked, and on the half shell, even the famous oyster log.
Oyster log? I heard about that. You get 6 each of their signature baked oysters, plus 6 fried, all on a cypress slab?
42 oysters. We are going to love it. Trenas is located in the Hotel Intercontinental, 444 St. Charles Avenue, right on the parade route.
Sweet. When can we go?
7 days a week for lunch and dinner, plus a mimosa brunch on weekends and happy hour daily from 3 to 6.
Happy hour? Nah, you're talking my language.
Great drinks, great wine list. Award-winning chef Matthew Farmer leads a team serving the best seafood in New Orleans. Trenas.
Trenas, got it. Let's go.
This is Kate Delaney from America Tonight. The show kicks on at midnight, and I'm loving the overwhelming support in New Orleans. What a group of fantastic listeners here on WGSO 990 AM. Join me every morning to catch up on what I call the buzz in your backyard and mine. You'll hear some of the most interesting people on the planet from the world of business, politics, sports, and, well, just intriguing people with a story to tell. If you're around, give us a call. Don't worry, I'll spit out the number plenty of times on the air. Let's agree to meet at midnight right here on WGSO 990 AM in New Orleans.
Hello, this is Jack Clay. I want to thank all my listeners and the support I get here at WGSO for making our program, The Jack Clegg Show, successful. Along with that success has come a change in time zones. No, we're not moving to the Pacific time zone, but we are changing the time of our show. Now, for the immediate future, we'll be 11 a.m. to noon on Tuesday and Thursday. Callers are welcome. That's a Jack Clegg Show at 11 a.m. to noon. Thanks for listening.
Hey
Hey, do you ever wonder who really listens to talk radio? Or even who is this new Lisa and why are we going live with her? And what does it mean to be unscripted? Hey guys, my name is Lisa Leonardi and I am the new talk show host of Live with Lisa Unscripted. My show is about living our unique NOLA life with a touch of inappropriateness and a ton of side-splitting laughs to get you home every Monday at 4 p.m. here on WGSO 990 AM.
What's up, my people? This is Derek Smoker Freeman. You're listening to the Only Good Vibes News Network with Jamie and Whistle right here on AM 990 in New Orleans. Yeah.
You got the accent, so we the positive, eliminate the negative. That's on to the affirmative.
Good Dr. John.
You got to latch on to the affirmative.
Mac Rabanak.
Love that guy.
I love that guy. How about music?
Well, Dr. John would be up there.
Yeah.
Mac Rabanak is a really, he's a
Probably
good
the
friend.
top.
So I got a story about him. And so he was invited to our wedding. His drummer was a groomsman in my wedding, Herman Ernest. And Mac came, but we got married at the St. Louis Cathedral on a Friday, which kind of threw people off. So Mac showed up on a Saturday. And he calls me. He goes, Wisco, where is this place? He called me Wisco. And I was like, oh, Mac, it was last night. And he goes, it's the story of my life. And then I was like, I get my wife on the phone. He calls her Mademoiselle Whistlette. And I'm just like listening to her talk. And all of a sudden, I hear her tell him, it's okay, Mac. You was at the right place, but the wrong time.
Perfect.
I was like, at least we got a good story.
Perfect.
But
brother.
they've got two questions to get you out of the question zone. The next one is beignets or king cake?
King cake for sure on that.
And what's the favorite king cake?
The Dong Fong. I'll drive out there for that.
You and Ian both hit the Dong Fong. Huh?
Yeah.
Dong Fong's a popular one. I'll tell you, I tried the Canada's Ooey Gooey butter with salted caramel.
Oh my God.
I highly recommend it.
Get out.
That sounds amazing.
It was really the best king cake I've had this year. And I've always been a high dough guy. I just love the high dough on the West Bank. And then I tried this Canada's king cake and I was like, I don't know. This might be better than high dough.
This friend of mine, as of December the 2nd, I have not had chocolate. I've been giving up like refined sugar. I've been trying to just make myself better every day. I'm only in competition with the dude I was yesterday on a lot of things, right? So this friend of mine gave me a piece of cake, king cake, and I was gonna probably try a little piece of it. I brought it home. But my mother-in-law and my wife ate it all before I could even like put eyes on it. They said it was delicious, and it was
that was a great king cake. You don't eat sugar, do you?
It was chantilly. I don't ever had a chantilly king cake.
It's good. No,
I never had either, but apparently,
my friend Brett Martin, who writes for GQ, has he and Chris Hanna, who has Jewel of the South. They have a what is it? It's All Saints, not All Saints Day. What's the first day of Mardi Gras?
The
party. The
Ash Wednesday.
Yeah,
After?
they have a party with everyone brings a king cake. So I've probably tried a lot of these and not even known because it's
like 12th night.
12th night. That's what I'm
That's
thinking.
12 nights
12th
to
night
kick
party.
off. We actually toast the 40 Funny Fellows to start the carnival season
at the streetcar barn.
We're Lazy Boys. Yeah.
Oh, with the Lazy Boys, yeah. So
we are.
it's kind of the kickoff. But I've tried a lot of these king cakes. Let me back up though on the music thing because I do want to say something real quick. My favorite experience in New Orleans, and I don't know if you've ever done this, if either one of you all have done it, and it's going to sound cheesy, but I'm telling you have to try it one night. It is Light Rock Express, their show at the Kingpin. If you've been uptown,
okay,
the little bar, it's really not a music bar. My friend Steve Watson and Ben Sherman have run that place forever. It's a great uptown bar. And they bring in their friends who run the Continental Club in Houston. So it's basically kind of like their Tipitinas to some degree. And those guys that run it, their lark is to play light rock on the side. And they have a band called the Light Rock Express, and they're excellent. They're not just some goofy band.
When do they do it? It's like
March 28th coming up that weekend. They're coming back. And I'm telling you,
tomorrow, a month from tomorrow.
From tomorrow.
It is a
Light
quintessential New Orleans experience. They play these light rock cover tunes, Mitch Landrieu will be in there. The Mannings will be in there. And it's just a fun night. Everybody knows these stupid songs. You never hear them anymore. So everyone's
That's a
singing.
brilliant
They probably
idea,
play
though.
Bourbon Street Lady.
I think they do.
What's it called
Probably
again?
play Bourbon Street.
The Light Rock Express. I mean, they dress in leisure suits and they stay in character the entire time. So if you try and make a request like, can you play Brandy? They'll say only the ladies can make a request. Sorry,
Oh,
sir. It's that kind of night.
She's a fine girl.
Yes, that's the kind of stuff they're
She's
playing.
a fine girl.
Anyway,
Once again, if you got anybody forgetting that, we're brought to you by NOLA Motorsports Park on the West Bank.
Yeah, you're right.
So, Jeff, anything that this is our last moments here, but I wanted to ask you this. Did you ever think the Saints would go to the Super Bowl? Because I'm going to tell you this, as being a sixth generation New Orleanian, a guy who's been dressing up in a costume going on 32 years, like I really never thought like I would see the Saints. So like that, I guess I'll let you answer that. But I mean, did you think that you would actually be able to cover a Super Bowl, or when you came in like, man, this team's probably not going to ever get to cover a Super Bowl, like that's not in New Orleans, like the team going to the Super Bowl?
Let's say yes and no. When I first started covering them, I thought they're on kind of this cycle of being an also-ran. But then once Sean Payton and Drew Brees came in and I started covering them on a daily basis, I thought for sure.
You knew you were looking at something different with those guys.
Special. They're generational leaders. Those are not normal cats, both of them.
Right.
And that combination, that synergy, and going into that 2009 season, and they kind of took care of all the issues. I remember distinctly going around with my colleagues. I always do this every year. I do a preseason picks column where I have them pick the season. No one expected the Saints to be that good. If you remember, they were 500 the year before.
Yeah.
Everyone was picking them around 500. I picked them 12-4. I got total grief as being a homer by my colleagues. And I ended up being underestimated how good they were.
It was like, what was it?
13-3.
No, but what was the streak?
13 to start the season. They went 13-0.
Yeah.
It's only been done 7 times in NFL history.
Wow.
That was a special team and a special season. And that was magical going down and covering that. I know you were there. And to me, being able to write that column and knowing what it meant to the city was, I don't know if I'll ever top that.
Wow.
Well, ladies
That's
and gentlemen,
maybe the best vibe ever right there.
2-time Pulitzer Prize winner with Tom's Pick doing coverage on Katrina, 4 times honored for columnist of the year, by Louisiana Sports Writing Associations, my good friend and very, very, very knowledgeable about all things New Orleans non-sports, Mr. Jeff Duncan.
Thanks for having us, Jeff.
Thank you, brother.
It's been great having you.
Jamie. Appreciate you all.
We love you, man. And look, anytime you want to come back and hang out, we still kind of barely graze the surface, but that's how it happens when you're having fun.
Anytime you want me back, we got more ground to cover on that.
Yes, we do, Jeff. Thank you for your time, man. Who dat, brother? And
Remember,
look,
the world is full of good people.
If you don't see one, be one. Who dat?
Only Good Vibes News Network is made possible by our sponsors at NOLA Motorsports Park. To inquire about advertising, contact us at ogvnnwgso.com.
Only Good Vibes News Network is conceptualized by Leroy Mitchell and produced by Jamie Bernstein. Special thanks to all of our listeners, sponsors, and WGSO Radio.
And we also want to give big props to BJ Russ for doing so much behind the scenes and Chris Berry for his unwavering support.
If you have a good news, good vibes story, please contact us at jb.ogvnn@wgso.com. We might just feature you on the air.
Thank you so much for listening to Only Good Vibes News Network. You make your world. Make it good.
Are you tired of the same old weekend routine, looking for something new and exciting?
Then get ready to rev your engines at Throttle and Swing, the ultimate entertainment destination.